Number 2, to prepare for a job interview, understand the job role. So review the job description. Look at the job vacancy that you found in the internet, for example, or newspaper. So you review the job description and requirements. Okay, now we move to the main discussion of today's meeting. Actually, I would like to introduce you to our first module, which is job interview. But before that, I need to explain to you, to introduce to you what is a job interview. So, this is the question. What is a job interview? A job interview, if you look at the screen, is a formal interaction or meeting between a job applicant. Yeah, job applicant means someone seeking employment and a potential employer or their representatives. Okay, the primary purpose of a job interview is to assess the applicant's qualifications. So you will be look at your qualifications, they will assess your skills, experience, and overall suitability for a specific job positions within an organization. So they will look at whether you fit to the position in a company on an institution. All right. So during the interview, the employer evaluates the applicants actually, the credentials, ask questions to understand their background and capabilities and assess their potential fit with the company culture and team dynamics. So this is the things about job interview. All right. All right, these are various formats of job interview. So you will find a lot of kinds of job interview formats. Okay, but these are the things which are common, and this is the thing that I will explain to you. But you may find more, besides this that I explained to you after this. Number 1, this is what we call as in-person interviews, which means that these are conducted face-to-face at the employee's location, typically in an office or conference room. Okay, so it's face-to-face interviews. All right, it's a common interview happens when you attend job interviews. All right, number 2, this is what we call as panel interviews. What does it mean by panel interviews? In some cases, multiple interviewers or a panel of company representatives may interview a candidate simultaneously. So each asking questions or evaluating different aspects. So you will face, a group of interviewers, normally more than 1, sometimes 2 or 3. So each of them will ask different kinds of questions and look at you from different aspects. All right. And number 3, this is what we call as phone interviews. So employers may conduct initial screenings or interviews over the phones or to narrow down the pool of candidates. So somebody from the company will contact you and will ask you some relevant questions, related to the positions that you apply, normally by phones. This also commonly happens. And the next is video interviews. What is video interviews? With the rise of technology, video interviews conducted through platforms like Zoom, or Skype have become increasingly common. All right, it's common right now, especially in today's world of, where digital things commonly, it's a new norms, interview through video conferencing is common, especially in remote or geographically distant applicants. It's very possible that you're here in Indonesia, for example, the company is in London, United Kingdom, so the interviews are conducted via Zoom or Skype. Okay? Alright, after this, I'm going to explain to you about how to prepare a job interview. This is important for you, so please pay attention. So number one, research the company. So this is the first thing that you have to prepare for a job interview. So study the company's website, the mission, the values, the products, services, and the recent news or developments of the company. So research the company. This knowledge will help you understand the company's cultures and goals. Okay, that's number one. Research the company. Number two, to prepare for a job interview, understand the job role. So review the job description. Look at the job vacancy that you found in the internet, for example, or newspaper. So you review the job description and requirements. Yeah, to understand what the role entails. What is the responsibilities? Identify the key skills and qualifications the employer is looking for. Okay? The next is know your resume. All right? Be ready to discuss your resume, yeah, and past experiences. Familiarize yourself with the details of your work history, your accomplishments, and any relevant skills or certifications. I'm sure you have, past experiences, you have also, previous work history, you have a lot of accomplishment, and you may have a lot of certificates which prove your additional skills, which is very important, to be informed during the job interview, okay? The next is prepare answers to common interview questions. You have to anticipate this kind of questions. For example, there will be questions like, tell me about yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses, and why do you want to work here? Practice your response to this question because this is very common questions to ask. Okay? The next is, there is what we call as behavioral interview questions. So be prepared to provide specific examples of your past experiences using what we call as the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. For questions like, give an example of a time when you face a challenge at work, so something like that. So please prepare. This is what I call as behavior interview questions. The next is develop questions to ask. You may also ask questions actually. Prepare thoughtful questions to ask the interviewer. This demonstrates your interest in the company and the role. For example, include asking about the team dynamics, for example, the company's expectations, or the company's future plans. The next is, this is important also, dress professionally, okay? Choose appropriate attire based on the company's dress code. When in doubt, if you're not sure, it's usually better to be slightly overdressed than underdressed. So please dress properly, normally with a formal attire. The next one is practice good body language. Try to maintain eye contact. Offer a firm handshake, for example, and sit up straight during the interview. All right? Nonverbal cues are important in making a positive impression during a job interview. All right? And the next one is prepare relevant documents. Bring extra copies of your resume, list of references, and any required documentation. For example, your certifications, portfolio in a professional folder, or in portfolio. Okay, and mock interviews. This is also very important for you students. Consider conducting mock interviews with a friend or a career coach to practice your responses and receive constructive feedback. So the point is, practice job interview with a friend or career coach, so you are prepared for a job interview. The next is plan your route. Whether you like it or not, it is very important also the locations of your job interview. So know the interview location and plan your route in advance. Aim to arrive at least 10 until 15 minutes early to account for unexpected delays. Okay, this is also important. And the next one is follow up. After interview, thank the interviewer or interviewers if there are more than one interviewers, and express your appreciation for the job opportunity and reiterate your interest in the position. Okay, so those are all the things that you need to prepare for job interview. Now we move to discuss about some effective ways to practice for a job interview. You know, as a student before job interview, or if you just graduated from your university, you have to practice to do job interview. So these are some effective ways to practice. Number one is previously stated about mock interviews. Why mock interviews is one of the effective ways for a job interview. All right, so conduct mock interviews with a friend, a family member, or career coach who can act as the interviewer. Ask them to use common interview questions and provide constructive feedback on your responses and body language. Is very important, effective ways to practice. And the next one is use a mirror. Practice answering questions in front of a mirror. This allows you to observe your facial expression, your body language and gesture, and pay attention to maintain eye contact with your reflections on the mirror. Record yourself. This is also important for effective ways to practice for a job interview. Record your responses to interview questions on video. This provides a more accurate view of your body language, tone of voice, and overall presentation. And review the recordings to identify areas for improvements. Okay? And the next one is write down responses. Create a list of common interview questions and write down your responses. This exercise helps you organize your thoughts and practice articulating your qualification and experiences clearly. All right, and these are also another thing, like research the company like before, develop list of questions you might be asked about the company, its products, services, culture, and values, and practice your responses to these questions to demonstrate your knowledge and enthusiasm. Okay, and after that, feedback and iteration. So after each practice session, ask for feedback from your practice partner or review your own performance. Identify areas for improvements and work on refining your responses. So the point is practice, 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 reflect, 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 and try to get feedbacks from your partner of practice. So this will make your job interview more ready, so you're ready to face the real job interview later on. Okay, the next thing about effective ways to practice job interview is time yourself. During practice interviews, use a timer to ensure your responses are concise and within the typical interview time frame. Avoid long, rambling answers. Yeah. And the last one is the dress the part. Yeah, practice wearing the outfit you plan to wear for the interview. This helps you feel comfortable and confident in your attire. Remember, dress makes you get the first good impression. Okay, and it's very important during job interview. All right. The next is stay calm under pressure. So make real interview conditions by practicing in a quiet, distraction-free environment. Practice remaining calm and composed, and when faced with challenging questions, okay, try to stay calm when under pressure. And this is the thing that I mentioned to you before, repeat and repeat. Yeah, repetition is key to building confidence and improving your interview skills. Yeah, the more you practice, the better prepared you will be. All right, I'm sure some of you have questions. You may raise your questions. So we will discuss later, and after this, we will continue in the next meeting. Yeah, next meeting, we will practice job interview. Part 1. So there will be 2 sessions of job interview next meeting, and next to meeting. So please dress formally and professionally, wear a long sleeve batik, and it's very recommended. Okay, students, I hope that what I explained to you will help you to prepare for our practice next meeting. So thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan video pembelajaran ini. Jangan lupa like, komen dan subscribe, serta nyalakan tanda loncengnya agar kalian tidak ketinggalan informasi update lainnya.